Google Pest Control Marketer. Grow your business like never before. Call 770-993-0004.
Well, hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode of the Pest Control Marketing Podcast and PestControlMarketing.live, the only live streaming internet TV show totally guaranteed to helping PCOs and WCOs grow their businesses, get more new customers, make more money, more trips to the bank, plan more expensive vacations, build bigger houses, faster boats, and travel the world and make your dreams come true. That's our ultimate goal, is to help you do that. Isn't that right, Mike?
Absolutely. When you win, we win. You know,
that's right.
Who was it said, when I help you get what you want, you help me get what I want. And that's
well, that was Zig Ziglar said, you can have anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. And that's what, and you know what I want today?
What do you want? I
want to hear what you're going to talk about, because you gave me a little teaser. We never really know what we're going to talk about until we almost get on the air, but you gave me a little teaser, and it's something that I really want to know more about, and I'm anxious to hear it. So why don't you take it away?
Well, you know, in the internet marketing world and in the internet training world and news programs and whatnot, AI, or artificial intelligence, is a huge buzzword. And, you know, it is a form of software that supercomputers, fast computers, and the connectivity of all the computers on the planet can digest all of this information and respond more and more like a human being. And I
thought AI stood for ain't interested.
Yeah, well,
that's what I always thought.
Well, it's not. It's artificial intelligence, and there's lots of things out there that use this technology. And one of the most popular things that came about in the last couple of years is called ChatGPT, and ChatGPT stands for Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer, which I don't know what that means, but it's software. And it's instead of giving you search results, it can have conversations. In other words, it learns how to be more like a human being with a conversation. And it has all of the information in the world at its fingertips. And even though it's still a computer, it can assimilate all that information from all these millions and millions and millions of sources and look like it's a conversation. In fact, that's how chat bots, you may have heard of those. That's where a computer is holding a conversation with you. And of course, that's how, all the technology, eventually robots will be able to hold conversations. I still believe it's not human. It's not, I think it's soul. It didn't have a soul or a heart or a spirit. It's just the fact that this information can be processed so quickly that it appears to be intelligent. And that's why it's called artificial intelligence. So I must get people all the time saying, well, how can I use AI in my business? How can I use AI in my business? Well, all of the services out there, Zoom, Microsoft, Salesforce, all of the high-end softwares are implementing software of artificial intelligence to do a better job at what that software was meant to do. So you're getting the benefit of AI in the programs that you probably already owned that 5 years ago didn't have any artificial intelligence in it. I'm sure, I just saw this morning, there's a whole suite of AI tools implemented in Zoom. And a lot of us use Zoom to communicate. But artificial intelligence makes it easier to transcribe the voice. It's easy to text and turn it into voice. One of the scariest things out there that I saw a program on is that people can sample your voice and then create you saying things you didn't say. So with every tool that's made that has wonderful applications, then there are always going to be criminals and evil people that use it for bad. And it's just that's our planet. Every technology that could be used for good can be used for bad. Well, the same thing with AI. Will AI? There's a big concern and conversations that it can get so smart that amazingly the machines will take over and destroy the human race. I don't know if I believe that or not. I mean, maybe it's true, maybe it isn't, but I got to believe that anything that requires electricity to run and that was created by man can be turned off by man. So I don't worry about that. But what I do want to do is, if there is good that you can get out of this Chat GPT, then that's what I wanted to talk about today is if you're not a creative person, if you struggle for getting ideas that would help you grow your business, this is a great tool to, in a matter of seconds, to find information in a very conversational result. You can go to Google and you have to find 50 results and digest them all and then rewrite your information. This kind of does it for you so that you can, and I'm going to show you live, and I'll describe it for the podcast, but for people who are seeing the YouTube live stream, you'll be able to see it. So my favorite Chat GPT is Bard, which is the experimental use of Chat GPT that Google is doing. And I figure if Google is doing it, they've got it built in to be, pretty safe. And I've done some pretty amazing things with it. So maybe you can come up with some ideas here, how to, that we can play with a little bit. Are you seeing the screen there? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let me get this over here, and let me show you, and I'll talk about it as I do it. Let's do it with you, Hal. Hal, I want you to do a pest. I want you to list 50 problems that pest control companies solve. Okay. Now, before you do it, let me show you what I'm going to do in Bard here. I'm going to say 50 problems solved by pest control companies. Okay. I'm just putting a question, in fact, I'll give it a command here. List 50 problems solved by pest control companies. So I click the button after I put in that command, and within 5 to 10 seconds, this software will analyze data of millions of entries all over the world and compile a result. So look at what it did here. You see this, Hal?
I see it.
Ants, bed bugs, bees, beetles, birds, cockroaches, crickets, fleas, flies, gnats, hornets, lice, mites. So there becomes 50 suggestions.
Amazing.
50 suggestions of content that you could create as.
Now look, scroll back down again, Mike. Now wait, stop right there. Now in the beginning, it started out just giving you a list of organisms that pest control companies control.
Right.
And then it scrolls on down, and I guess it started running out of those. So now we've got other pests, damage to property, health risks, allergic reactions, anxiety and stress, loss of sleep, for those of you who can't see it, reduced property value, damage to crops, contamination of food, spread of disease, fire hazards. Hold it still for me so I can read.
No, my point, I got to move on here because I got other things I want to. But do you see how this artificial intelligence gave you as a pest control owner inspiration to create lots of great content that you put your spin on? Okay? So that's my point, is the fact that this is better than a search engine. This is a companion who can help you think of things faster than you ever could in your life. So
and for my client and for our clients that are watching this, also our current clients
and listening,
there's a list of 50 new videos I want you to have done within the next 90 days.
Absolutely. Okay. So you pick one of these problems here. You just pick one. Any one of them that you want to
Ticks.
Ticks. Okay. So I go in here and I say, write a podcast on the problem and solutions for ticks. Okay? In 5 seconds, this is what I get back. And of course, what it is, right, for those listening and not seeing, it's thinking. So now it has written a nice little article. And then all I got to do is say, hello, everybody. I'm Mike Stewart with Mike Stewart Pest Control here in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And so, in other words, one of the things you always want to do when you're creating content is identify who you are and where you are. That's very, very important. Bard's not going to, ChatGPT is not going to do that for you. So
now, for the people who can't see this, Mike, that are just listening, let me read just a piece of this to them. Okay. This is the way this starts out. He said, write a podcast about ticks and the problems and solutions. And it starts out, intro. Ticks are small parasitic arachnids that can carry a variety of diseases, including Lyme disease, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and tularemia. Ticks can be found in wooded areas, grassy fields, and even your own backyard. While they are most active during the spring and summer months, they can be found year-round in some areas. Now it goes down to the problem. So it's just already organized, and then it's got the solutions, and it probably has a conclusion. Yeah, there's a conclusion. So you could take this thing and just read it.
But you need to
podcast episode.
But what I teach all my clients is to personalize it for your local area and give out your phone number, things like that. So now this piece of artificial intelligence content that it created in seconds, you can on the fly create a piece of content that's unique to you.
Amazing.
And you're never going to run out of things to say. You're never going to run out of things to do. And what one of the things we teach our folks is you want to create content on how people are searching. If people are searching for information about ticks, you better have a customized piece of content up there, not a generic something that you bought from a service that writes it and sells it to 100 people. And this is something else that's pretty incredible about Bard. It will give you 2 other drafts. If you don't like that one, you can look at the second draft.
Amazing.
And it builds a whole other one. It does all of this in about 5 to 10 seconds. So we talk about in the local big 3. The local big 2 thing is content marketing, media. Making content is making media. Making media is what social media is all about. You see, everybody gets excited about social media, posting social media. And there are companies out there that charge all kinds of money to handle your social media for you. Well, all that means is they're taking one piece of content and 9 times out of 10 selling it over and over and over again. Or they're not the expert that you are, and they're creating content, or they're probably doing something like this and selling it to everybody. Well, you need to learn to do it yourself and customize it for yourself. So that's why I think if you don't know about ChatGPT, look it up on Wikipedia, read about it. If you've never heard of bard.google.com, I just demonstrated it in this video. If you're listening to the podcast, you can go to pestcontrolmarketing.live and watch the video to see in front of your eyes of what I did. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to talk about how this, I think, is one of the most amazing tools for creativity that I've ever seen. And
blows me away.
Yeah. And so, one of the struggles I've had with clients is you need to do 4 podcasts a month. In fact, I had a client this morning that said, I don't all do pest control. I got an electrician that I'm working with in Georgia. He did a podcast that he created with Bard on those generators, home generators that, if the power goes out, they're propane, they run on propane, and they'll power your house during a power outage. And it's a really good gig. I mean, to put one of those things in is he's making some serious money. They saw his video that he put on YouTube about how they work. They called him, and he got a sale in less than 2 weeks after putting the video up. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. So I ask clients all the time, how much are you doing in YouTube? How much are you putting on Facebook? Is YouTube social media? Absolutely. Video is media, and YouTube videos get shared and they get watched. There are more people watching YouTube videos than anything. And at the end of the day, if you're not creating content, if you're not creating media, and you're not sharing it. I'll give you another great example of my content. I went to my networking meeting yesterday, Hal, and I took a Bluetooth speaker, those little portable speakers that hook to your phone, and I played a customer testimonial to my networking group. My elevator speech was, I'm going to let my customer tell you what he thinks about me, and I played it from my phone. How many people make media that helps them market themselves? So that's why it's so important to learn to make audio. It's important to learn to make video. It's important to be creative. If you're not creative, now you have ChatGPT. My favorite version is Bard, and the sky's the limit to what you can do. But you can't procrastinate. You can't say this isn't important. If you say, well, this is not the way I used to do things. Well, it's a new world, folks. You got to do different things. And this is a different thing that I'm doing. I'm teaching my clients, and it's making a difference. They're getting business through the internet by creating the content that makes them the authority.
Yeah, when new technology comes along, you can either be out front or behind. You can either, when the telephone, you can either say, maybe we should get one of those telephones. Or you can say, well, I guess we'll end up going to have to eventually get one of those telephones. You can be using it in the beginning to get ahead of everybody, or you can be implementing it when everybody's already gotten way ahead of you. That's the way it is.
Well, we talked about in the previous podcast of getting in those hypnotic rhythms to where that's my comfort level, and getting at, it's said a million ways, get out of your comfort zone. But it is a real problem to say, Mr. Pest Control owner or Mr. Electrician or whatever service business you are, start being creative on a regular basis. You and I have been blessed with a certain amount of creativity. And it's never been a struggle. That's why we've been able to do a podcast for years. And it's why, we, create the things we create, because we love to be creative people. But everybody has a hypnotic rhythm. Oh, I'm not creative, Well, there's no reason to feel that way anymore because of artificial intelligence. You can just read the solutions to the problems you solve and remind people you're the authority. And if you take that equation with artificial intelligence, there's no reason in the world you can't have unique content for yourself to build those relationships to turn into customers. And that's what we do. And we do. And, one of the ways we do it, Hal, is we'll be glad to spend time with you to review what you have, look at your website. That's what I do. And talk about your online presence. And I invite anybody, if they want to spend some time with me and book a Zoom call and just evaluate what's possible. My phone number is 770-826-3662. I'd like to look at what you have. I'm going to be brutally honest. If you're not doing what you need to do, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to hold you accountable. And you have to make a decision. Is this investment, not this cost, is this investment worth me doing? Absolutely, because you will make money if you follow our leads. So call me at 770-826-3662. And then Hal, you talk about if people will call 770-993-0004. If they'll call that number, tell them all about what you'll do for them.
Well, if they call that number, we'll have a brief chat and let me find out just a little bit more about your business. Then I'll send you a questionnaire. It's about a dozen questions, easy to answer. Probably take you 10 minutes at the most to answer it all, maybe 15 minutes. And then you get that back to me, and we will schedule a 1 hour, absolutely free session. It'll be over the phone, and we'll go over those 12 questions that I've already been over and made notes about and come up with some suggestions for you. I will have identified some obstacles that you need to overcome. And if you come away from the call and you want to know more about my coaching business, I'll tell you about it. But if you don't, that's okay. You're going to come away from that call with some valuable information. I've never in 15 years had anybody say, that call was of no value to me. Everybody says, this call was really valuable. Thank you, Hal. Thank you so much. This was great. And it won't cost you a penny. So what do you have to lose? You have at most to lose an hour of your time. That's all, because you're going to come away with some great information, and it'll be fun too. It really will. And if you're locked into such a hypnotic rhythm that you can't make that phone call and you're not even interested, then that's okay too. We're not a great fit for everybody. I'm not a great fit for everybody. I'm just looking for people that are serious and they're motivated and they want to move their business forward and they want to make more money and they want to grow their business and they want to someday retire much wealthier than they would have if they had never called me. So it's up to you. Call me. I'd love to talk with you. And you can get my book, this is my latest book, How to Grow a Pest Control Business. You can get that book. You can download it absolutely free at howtogrowapestcontrolbusiness.com. howtogrowapestcontrolbusiness.com. There's over 100 proven ideas, principles, tips, and strategies and techniques in that book to help you generate more new customers, more referrals, and more cash for your business. So download it free. I talked to a lot of people who've already read my book, and they're all excited about working with me. And, the book is free. So check it out. If you're watching this live streaming live, you can scan the barcode that's in front of you right now, and it'll take you directly to it, and you can download it for free. So, Mike, do you have anything else that you'd like to wrap up with? I guess not. I was saying it's good to be back, and let's do it again real soon. Okay, and thank you for watching this episode of the Pest Control Marketing Podcast and Pest Control Marketing.live. We'll see you next time.
Hal Coleman has been active in the pest control industry for over 40 years, including owning and operating his own successful pest control business for 18 years. He now devotes his time to helping other PCOs and other WCOs double, triple, and even quadruple their businesses faster than they ever imagined. Be sure to check out his website, pestcontrolmarketer.com. For more information about Hal's coaching program, you can reach him at 770-993-0004 or email him hal@halcoleman.com. Mike Stewart is known as the Internet Audio and Video Guy. Since the birth of the Internet, Mike has been showing small business owners how to get more new customers, increase their sales, and grow their businesses online using audio and video, now with iPhones and Android phones. For more information about Mike's coaching program and his online training courses, visit MikeStewartCoaching.com or email him mike@internetaudioguide.com.
Google Pest Control Marketer. Grow your business like never before. Call 770-993-0004.